Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to Fairyqueen Talks, the space where we talk about life, growth, self awareness, and what it really means to show up as yourself in this world. Today, I want to talk about something that's been on my heart lately: the difference between being in the game and trying to be the best in the game, or the GOAT, or the 1%. Because those things are not the same, and confusing them can steal a lot of joy from our lives. We live in a culture that glorifies being the best, the fastest, the richest, the most followed, the most accomplished. But here's the truth I want to gently offer today. You don't have to be the best in the game to be winning. You just have to stay in the game. Being competitive versus being a competitor. There's a difference between being competitive and being a competitor. Being competitive often means I have to beat you, I have to be ahead, I have to prove something. But being a competitor, that's different. That's about reaching your personal best. That's about showing up, training, learning, refining, and growing. You can be deeply ambitious, disciplined, and driven without needing to outperform everyone else. You can want more for yourself without needing less for someone else. And I think that distinction is everything. The arena matters. Another thing we don't talk about enough is the arena we're playing in. We are one person on a planet of over 8 billion people. 8 billion. So the idea that all of us are meant to compete in the same arena by the same rules toward the same definition of success, that's unrealistic and honestly a bit unkind. Different areas of our lives have different arenas: career, relationships, creativity, health, spiritual growth, parenthood, leadership, learning. And you might be elite in one arena while being a beginner in another. That doesn't make you inconsistent. It makes you human. Why challenge is necessary? Here's the thing though, growth requires challenge. And if you're never challenged, you're not growing. If you're never stretched, you're not evolving. But challenge doesn't mean domination. It doesn't mean you need to be number one. It just means you're playing at a level that asks something of you. That's how we expand. That's how we mature. That's how we sharpen ourselves. The pyramid of football, a perfect metaphor. I want to use football as an example because it gets this right. In English football, there's a tiered league system, often called the pyramid. At the top, you have the Premier League, fully professional, global spotlight, elite resources. Below that, you have the English Football League, the Championship, League One, League Two. Then below that, the National League North and South. And beneath that, countless regional and amateur leagues. Here's the key point. Every single one of those levels is valid. Just because someone didn't make it to Premier League doesn't mean they failed at football. They're still playing, they're still competing, and they're still committed. And for many people, playing at a lower tier is a lifelong dream, a source of joy, a massive achievement. The pyramid doesn't mean those at the bottom aren't great. It just means there are different levels of play. Knowing your level without feeling less than. This is where self-awareness comes in. Knowing the level you compete at in life isn't about shrinking yourself or settling or lowering your standards. It's about clarity. When you know your level, you stop comparing yourself unfairly, feeling behind, feeling not enough. You stop trying to play a Premier League game with Sunday League resources. And instead you say, this is my arena. This is my season. This is where I play right now. There's dignity in that. There's peace in that. Relativity of success. Here's something we far often forget. Being your best can be someone else's dream. What feels normal to you might feel extraordinary to someone else. What you dismiss as average might be the very thing someone is working towards. Success is relative. Capacity is relative. Timing is relative. And not everyone is meant to be in the 1%. We don't need the whole world at the top. We need people playing well consistently and joyfully at every level, staying in the game. So maybe the real question isn't, am I the best? Maybe the better question is, am I still in the game? Am I still learning, still showing up, still refining my craft, still growing in self-awareness? Because staying in the game through setbacks, plateaus, and quiet seasons, that takes courage, and that deserves respect. So in closing reflection, you don't need to be the GOAT to be great. You don't need global recognition to be successful. You don't need to win every game to be winning at life. Know your arena, play your level well, challenge yourself honestly, and let that be enough. Because the goal isn't to beat everyone else. It's to become the strongest, most grounded version of you. Thank you so much for spending this time with me on Fairyqueen Talks. Share this episode with someone that you feel needs it. Journal on it. And until next time, stay in the game.